Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream today. As we know, Powell is going to go absolutely insane later and make the markets go crazy. But wow, I mean, we are going to have a big day ahead of us, and the SPY is actually holding up quite well today, believe it or not, actually ahead of this event. I know a lot of people have been expecting the SPY to fall back down, of course, and it definitely has over the past few days. That's for sure. But so far today, it's actually slightly pointing back to the upside, and I'm curious to see what happens with the market, but I would honestly expect some flat to slightly upwards movement today. You know, with all the downward selling pressure lately, I would just have to expect some type of pop back up, at least slightly, but, you know, we'll have to see what happens. The SPY can obviously go all over the place here at market open. I wouldn't be surprised if it just whipsaws around like crazy, but yeah, George says good morning, and he has the first like on the stream. So yeah, of course, guys, like that live stream. Of course, that's always appreciated. But yeah, thank you, George, Vicky, Keisha, Peter, of course, Jamie, Kenya. Thank you guys so much for being here. Vicky says good morning. It's FOMC day. Keisha says save us, Captain Powell. Peter says let's go. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining up here, and you're definitely right, Keisha. We need Powell to save us. That is for sure. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on lately in the markets, and obviously our SPY, and just, you know, the SPY, the NASDAQ, the Dow, a lot of big stocks like Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, they've all been falling off lately, so hopefully we continue to get some nice upwards movement this morning. Like I said, some stocks are actually in the green, which is nice to see. My watch list is more green than it is red. I did notice that poor Tesla was still down in the red, unfortunately, and they are actually starting to turn back over a little bit. But what stocks are you guys interested in here ahead of Powell speaking later? Like, are you guys going to be looking at some hedge plays, maybe on like UVXY, SPXS, or are you looking to be more bullish on the market, maybe with stuff like Boeing, Snowflake, AI, stocks like that? Actually aren't looking too bad today, believe it or not. I know AI is actually starting to turn back up a little bit, but yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but Boeing is on fire here. I mean, they are just straight up exploding, blasting up through 125 up to 126.50 almost. That's actually a pretty big pop today, guys. If you guys are looking for stocks that are breaking out, Boeing actually had a really good day yesterday, and our hybrid bot actually hit it right on the head. So it was awesome to see that bot call out Boeing in the way it did, and the bot play yesterday actually popped for over 100% actually. So if I sit here and I look at the hybrid plays channel from yesterday, the bot called out the Boeing 115 calls for this week at $375 a pop, and they ended up going up to $810 at the high. So yeah, I had a pretty big day there. Then today it's continuing up even higher, so I'm sure that they are looking even better this morning. But yeah, it's been a crazy market, guys. Things are all over the place. I noticed DWAC was down like 25% yesterday. Now today, they're trying to recover up a little bit. They're up like 10%, but yeah, they have a long way to go. They are all over the place. I'm noticing Asana is another pretty good growth stock that's starting to run back up and maybe break out this morning, so keep them on the watch list. I'm hoping also to see DraftKings up in the green, and it looks like they're trying here. Looks like DraftKings has actually had some pretty big resistance, and if they start breaking this, I feel like DraftKings could possibly start to have a pretty good run here back to the upside. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day so far. You know, these the market's doing quite well. Bill says, what time does Powell talk? So Powell's actually going to be speaking at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, Bill. But the interest rate decision comes out 30 minutes before that at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'll pull it up here now on the economic calendar, actually, just to show you guys for sure. So here's 2 p.m. Eastern time is going to be that interest rate decision. Then 2:30 p.m. Eastern time is Powell's press conference. So yeah, it's going to be a crazy day around the end of the day, of course. You know, obviously, if you're Central Time, that's going to be 1 p.m. on the interest rate decision. So keep that in mind there. But yeah, it's pretty insane, guys. I know everybody loves to talk about Powell and everything like that, and it's going to bring in a lot of volatility. In last night's video and in yesterday's live stream, I actually went back and looked at the price action back on May 4th. So I'll actually do that again here. So just to show you guys how crazy some of this movement can be with the FOMC meetings, because this price action was nuts on May 4th. So as we can see here, this is actually May 4th right here. So you can see the market that day was kind of dipping down, just going flat into that FOMC event. When the event happened, the market shot up, it fell back down, it had like a quick whipsaw, and then we ended up flying all the way up into after hours that night. And then that next morning, when the market opened, unfortunately, stocks started tanking back down, and they gave all of those gains right back. And this is just DraftKings chart. Keep in mind, this is just DraftKings. We could go look at any stock on May 4th that day, and you'll tell that it had some pretty crazy movement. Like here, we'll go to Facebook. Here's Facebook on May 4th. You can see, well, now it's Meta, but back on May 4th, it was FB. You can see how even they flew up there heading into after hours and then turned over and started selling off for the next few, I guess for the next couple days to couple weeks after that. And you can see the SPY did that too on May 4th. Let me get back here now to May 4th on the SPY. Let's see, where are we? We're at April 20th. There we go. So here's May 4th on the SPY. You can see right there, big boom to the upside at the end of the day. And then over the next couple weeks, gave all of those gains right back and actually dipped under $400 a share, unfortunately there. So yeah, it can be big here on the SPY today, guys. Just always be wary. Like the market might pop up initially and then give those gains right back. Mike Chang says, I hope Powell is dusting off his superhero cape. Yeah, I do too, Mike. I really hope that he is dusting it off. We need some really nice news, some good, I guess you could say with Powell, whenever he speaks, we're going to need some nice words. Like, I know his wording is always very cautious, and he definitely words things in a very nice way. Like, for example, if he's going to talk negatively about raising rates, instead of talking negatively about what rates are going to do to the economy, he talks more about, for example, he'll talk more about combating inflation, and high prices right now, and that we have to raise rates because obviously the inflation's at levels of like the 80s and the 70s now. So yeah, it's I think that's kind of like what he's gonna do there, just kind of have like a nice tone for us, and I think that's all he can really do. I mean, it's a hawkish time. The Feds need to be more hawkish, and I know he's trying not to stop the market from crashing too hard here, and I hope he does. It's going to be a very tough event. Like I said, the wording is going to be a very big deal, and I also am curious to see maybe what he says about jobs numbers and stuff, because I know that lots of people have been talking about jobs, inflation, spending, and stuff like that, so cannot wait to see what he talks about there. Bick says, hi, Tom. What do you think about Tesla before 2 p.m.? Calls or puts? So if I was going to say before 2 p.m. today, wow, I mean, today's been all over the place with Tesla. It looks like they are definitely getting some good momentum to the upside right now, though, Bick. So if you're interested, check out Tesla here. It might be good for calls, actually, today, heading up into this event. Now, I'm not saying to hold these calls through the event, of course, but like you said, before 2 p.m., I would say calls look pretty good today. Just keep in mind that Tesla's been whipsawing all over, but so far that momentum is pointing up. Keep in mind, I've seen tons of stocks reverse, though. The market did just open, so always be a little bit careful of that. E says, let's go. Yeah, good morning, E. Glad to see you in here today. Good morning, Bick, of course. Keisha says, FedEx is still on fire. Oh, it is actually. There we go. Another breakout up above 230 today. Glad to see that up to 237, and you're definitely right. FedEx is having a big move. Look at this daily chart of FedEx. You can see how it's really starting to extend back to the upside there and look pretty hot. So I think that it actually looks pretty good on FedEx here. It's starting to extend back up off that $200 support, and hopefully we keep popping up. I will say there's a big resistance coming up here around 240, so be careful of that one, Keisha. I think 240 will be a big resistance, and honestly, if we could get to 240 today, that would be a pretty good move out of FedEx. So hopefully we see it happen, Keisha. And yeah, definitely watch FedEx today, guys. It is on fire. Vicky's saying, crazy inflation created by consumers. The Fed is data driven, so so the talk is always around data. Yeah, that is true, Vicky. Exactly. Yeah, he's going to be talking all about Like I said, like the jobs data, different economic data points. He'll talk about GDP growth and all that stuff. He might even get into some foreign markets, but yeah, we'll have to see exactly what he talks about. I know that he'll probably mention yields and stuff like that, Vicky, of course. Um, yeah, so we'll have to see what happens. I know he's probably going to talk a little bit about tightening too. Like the Feds starting to sell out of some of their bonds and different things like that. So always good to see that, Vicky. But yeah, definitely it's going to be data driven for sure. E says not buying this spike up seems sus. Yeah, it definitely does seem a little sus. Let's go look at that SPY. Yeah, it does seem a little bit sus, but just keep in mind that the market has been down for a while, so if we do see a pop up, it's not going to be too surprising to me. Like you said, it is a little bit sus because we're kind of heading into this FOMC event, so that event, even if the market starts popping up heading into the event, once the event happens, I mean, the market could easily turn right back around, and who knows what how much that could really make the markets drop. But yeah, the market, it always likes to go either way. Like I said during that last meeting, initially the market flew up, and then the very next day and the next couple weeks went even lower than before the meeting started. So there can definitely be some mixed movement here today, so be careful with it. But yeah, I definitely feel you here. That uptrend does seem a little bit sussier this morning. But like I said, I was kind of expecting some green at some point to come in. I've noticed Meta is popping up pretty well today, guys. This is actually Mike's free day trade today in the Discord. If you guys are interested in that, go in the Discord and check that out. It looks like they're about to break that high right at market open here and maybe start to break out. So yeah, Meta is looking pretty hot this morning, guys. I like the setup there. I also noticed RDBX was up 10% again, starting to get some good momentum back. I don't know if you guys are still interested in Redbox, because I know it went insane the other day and then started falling right back off. So far this morning, we're holding that $9 area. Now we're popping back above 10. Yeah, and it looks like we're popping back up in a pretty decent way here with Redbox. So honestly, not too bad of a move here, and I'm glad to see Redbox having some good momentum. But actually, guys, it's a good day for growth. I'm looking at my watch list here. We have Square running up. We have Unity moving to the upside. Spotify, Boeing, Chewy. I mean, guys, this is a really good day in the market, at least for a lot of the stocks I am holding. Let's see. We even have, is Kraft Heinz in the green? If they're green, I'm going to be surprised. Wow, yeah, Kraft's up 1% even. I'll take that good movement. As far as stocks in the red today, I noticed poor Robinhood is still in the red, unfortunately. And actually, some of the oil plays are falling off. CVX is going down. Looks like ZOM is tanking off here at market open too. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. This is not a good move here with oil. I don't know if you guys remember just the other day, but Kramer came out and said to buy up some oil stocks, and now oil's starting to fall off a little bit more. I know people kept saying Kramer's going to call the top again. Oh, no. And it does kind of seem like that, doesn't it? Like, look at how overextended Exxon and Mobil is here this year. And now, we're going to start going on a downtrend. Of course, Kramer's going to say it's the time to buy. But, yeah, thanks a lot, Kramer. I appreciate that one. But, yeah, Asana, growth stocks are running. Snowflake, Roku, Fastly. Yeah, all those stocks are up quite well today. Like, Roku's up 4.9%. The only negative with these stocks being up today, and I mean, it's not a negative, but it just kind of dampens the mood, is like these stocks, they're flying up, which is great, but they're still down so much. Like a 5% pop out of Roku doesn't really help when the stock's down 30% over the past 5 days. So 5% move up isn't really too big, believe it or not. But it can definitely make for good intraday price action though. But I am pointing out that it's not the biggest stuff out there. But yeah, if you guys are interested in any stocks, any setups, or anything like that, of course, just let me know in the chat and we will check those out. I'm actually going to switch over to the Federal Reserve screen today, going back to this one with the money going around on the screen. I don't know if you guys, I've never even seen a comment in the comments about this screen, but yeah, I will say this Federal Reserve screen, guys, we had this made, and I thought this was pretty funny. At the bottom, you can see that there's kind of like the Federal Reserve House there, or some type of government building, and you can see how like money is going around. I thought that was pretty cool there, but that was funny. What the hell? Oh my gosh, somebody's posting some crazy Tinder stuff in here. Oh man, get out of here, buddy. Wow, that guy came in quick with those 4 messages there. Wow, that was insane, guys. I these scammers are getting messed up, I'm telling you. Like what the Wow, Hunter was on those things. Hunter, you got rid of those things fast. Mike says, short everything Kramer and Wood say. Yeah, exactly, Mike. I think that's the way to go lately, I mean, hell, it seems like anytime they buy, the stocks just tank down. So, yeah, I think that that's the way to go, Mike, for sure. I remember that with what was his name? Kramer yesterday. That was hilarious. Hang on. I'm going to look it up. Kramer oil stocks. I'm going to get us up the article here really quick. Let's see. Oh, it looks like they came out June 6th, but still, I don't care. Look at this. On June 6th, Kramer goes, he says, buy the dip in oil stocks. Stay away from everything else. Like, how can you even stay away from everything else here? Like, that is just insane to see oil going down like that. Oh, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, Kramer, he says to buy the dip in oil stocks and stay away from everything else. He says this right at the top. Like, how can you say something like that on like ExxonMobil? I get it that oil's like the one sector doing good right now, but I mean, look at this, guys. Like, oh, he's lucky he didn't call it out on that big green day. But yeah, ever since he called it out now, we've been falling right back below $100, which is pretty insane there. Corbin says, what do you think about KR? Earnings is tomorrow before open. Yeah, I'm actually not too bullish on Kroger here, Corbin. We've been seeing a lot of stocks lately fall off the table, like, for example, Kraft Heinz, Clorox, Walmart, Costco, all those types of stocks that deal with retail or with consumers buying product like food or anything like that. We've been seeing those things start to fall off to the downside. So it's pretty bad to see here that Costco and all these other stocks are falling off. So that makes me feel like that KR might not have the best earnings report here. Although, KR did fall off pretty hard with Walmart and a couple of those others. So maybe it's already priced in. But I will say just be very, very wary of this one. You would initially think maybe Kroger would do good because people are trying to buy up lots of food and, with inflation and everything like that, they're trying to buy up, cheaper food and you know what I mean? So like they'd, for example, be spending more money at Kroger. Plus with the prices being higher, you would think Kroger might make a little bit more money. But, if people are not buying as much stuff, then obviously then it's going to dampen things. And as we've been hearing over the past couple of weeks, it seems like people are starting to save more and more, and they're actually starting to slow down their spending a little bit, which is good. That's always a good thing. Like Vicky said, the consumers definitely drove these crazy inflationary prices that we're seeing, so that's going to be big. But yeah, I appreciate the comment there, Corbin. KR is definitely a big stock to look at for earnings tomorrow. Of course, them and then Adobe are going to be the two big ones. Yeah, but let's see. We have Bick asking, Tom, how do you see it playing out today? 75 basis points raise and hawkish talk would crash the market, or 75 basis points and positive talk would keep the market going up? So Bick, in my opinion here, with the SPY and just with the market overall today and with Powell's situation, keep in mind that the market is pricing in a 75 basis point increase here. We saw the market fall off on Monday and yesterday, kind of with the prospect of that happening. So I feel like that, like, for example, the Wall Street Journal, they came out with that really good article just the other day talking about the Fed's being likely to do this 75 basis point rate hike. Now, whenever they came out with this, I would assume that somehow some type of Fed people leaked this to them, or, somebody, I think, kind of told them like, hey, the feds are kind of talking about this. You might want to, throw this in your report, because keep in mind that the feds, they don't want that to be a secret. Like if they were going to raise rates by 50 basis points and then they came out and they didn't tell us this and then just raised it by 75 basis points, the market would go even crazier than it would go if they warned us. So now that we have a good warning of 75 basis points, I don't think that the market is necessarily going to still crash down. I personally think that the market needs this big basis point increase. So in my opinion, I think that the market might end up doing a little bit better than people think. A lot of times, obviously, lately with the market, the market going down and yields rising and everything like that, everybody keeps thinking that, that the market is going to crash whenever the feds raise rates. And, in the end, yes, in the short term, that's definitely going to crash stocks. But I feel like that at some point, the market is going to look at what the Fed's doing and they're going to finally start to say, wow, I'm glad the feds are doing this. And, if the feds weren't raising rates, then we should be even more worried. So that's how I feel about it. But personally today, with the way the market's been falling the past couple weeks, I think it's just a straight up coin flip, Bick. It's going to be a very tough one. Later tonight, I would not be surprised if when Powell spoke, the market went up. The last time that we had a meeting on May 4th, Powell spoke and the market flew up. And then the very next morning, the market gave its gains right back. I'll go back and look at that again, actually, really quick, just so that we can kind of see it here. So it was right here on the chart. I'll zoom in on it a little bit so we can see it a little bit more in depth. Now I lost it. Here it is, May 4th. So right here, the interest rate decision came out at 12 p.m. Central Time, and then Powell started speaking, or I should say, the interest rate decision came out at 1 p.m. Central Time, and then Powell started speaking at 1:30 p.m., and you can see how the market ripped right back up there, up to 430, up to that big resistance there, and then started trading back over the next couple days. Now, I'm obviously not saying that since the market moved like this during the last meeting that it's going to move like this again. That's definitely not the case. I'm sure that it's going to do whatever it wants. But yeah, I definitely, in my opinion, I would not be surprised if the market popped up a little bit whenever Powell speaks. After that, I think the market can do anything. So that's just my opinion there, Bick. And just be really careful trading this one today. If I were you, I would, like if you're holding a lot of like shorter term options plays, I would probably close those heading through this event just because it's going to be very insane there. Kenya says shop split. Let's see. It says on June 28th, I guess. What do you think? Let's go look at it. Shopify. Let's go look at that on the chart here. I think I remember seeing this actually now that you said it. Yeah, there it is. The 10-for-1 split on June 28th. It's going to be a big one. I mean, Shopify is a pretty high-priced stock. I'm glad that they're splitting here, to be honest with you, Kenya. Personally, I think that it'll help their stock, but, in the end, their stock has been falling off the table anyways. It's going to take a big recovery out of growth stocks in general to start to see Shopify come back up. So, in my opinion, I think Shopify could have a pretty good pop up this morning, or not this morning, but over the next, 6 months to a year. Just keep in mind that split isn't really going to change too much with them. They might run up a little bit heading into the split, kind of like some stocks do sometimes, but after the split, just keep in mind it's not really going to change anything other than make the price lower, which making the price lower can maybe drive in some more hype, maybe some more retail traders, but as we know, that doesn't really change anything with the company. Peter or Trading Lifestyle says, I'm looking at SHY as a gauge for movement and yields. SHY. I've never really looked at this stock too much. Let's see. It's the iShares Trust for the 3-year Treasury bonds. Okay, let's check that out. Ooh, wow, yeah, you can definitely tell it's been falling off the table this year. Wow, that is a big move down there, Peter. But yeah, it's probably a really good gauge to look at. I like to look at TNX myself. That's what I like to look at. You can see that they kind of inverse each other. So personally, I like TNX, but yeah, it's definitely always good to look at those different things with yields, Peter, bonds, and stuff like that. glad you're keeping an eye on those. Hunter said I had to remove the scammer person before I even got to click on their link and try it out. Yeah, I know, right? Like that name was hilarious. Like, who makes their name this? Like it's Naked HD XYZ Tinder overpriced. Like what? Like guys, like these scammers now are starting to become a little whack. And you know, like people always talk about like, you know, like YouTube has their algorithms and Facebook has their algorithms and stuff like that. Wouldn't you think that the algorithm being so smart would be able to get rid of these scammers? Like, come on now. Like you'd think that they'd be able to do something, but yeah, nonetheless, it's funny. They're back. Oh my god, they're back. I found them again. Wow, that was quick. Yeah, I had to get them out of there quick there. Wow, yeah, I banned them quick there. They came back in with a different name now. That's that is something else. Right as I was talking about it. Hunter, it's right on cue, I guess. They're back again. Wow, this is nuts, guys. Like, they need to fix their stuff here, I'll tell you. They need to get their stuff fixed here on good old YouTube. Cannot believe how they're changing their names like this, but nonetheless, pretty weird. Vicky says data this morning was very positive and gave indication on that the economy is cooling. I say they will stick to 50 basis points, she says. I don't mind being wrong as my opinion is based on data/information. If my conclusion is wrong, then be it. Yeah, for sure, Vicky. You know, I kind of still feel like that 50 basis points is not off the table. I know a lot of people keep saying 75, 75, 75. And in my opinion, I feel like the Feds might be doing 75. But yeah, I definitely feel what you mean there, Vicky. I would not be surprised if they did 50 basis points. And to be honest, Powell keeps saying 50 basis points, 50 basis points. And it just keeps, they just keep talking about raising it higher and higher and higher. But over the past few, over the past few meetings, you know, like they keep reiterating the same stuff over and over that they're going to keep sticking with their schedule. So it's pretty crazy how they stick with that schedule, Vicky. And they do it usually on cue. So I would not be surprised if it was 50 basis points at all. But yeah, as we know, the Wall Street Journal and stuff came out with that article talking about 75 basis points, and then all those banks changed their view on it too, and it just ended up creating like a big snowball effect with it, to be honest. Corbin is asking or saying, I'm generally bullish short term. The DXY is high, which tells me people have a lot of cash and they're probably itching to make more money than they can. They're itching to make more money. They can easily pump it up for a day or a few days. Yeah, I agree, Corbin. I kind of feel like that too. You know, like a lot of people have been hoarding cash, like Warren Buffett, institutions, banks, obviously. But yeah, even people like savings accounts are at all-time highs I've been seeing. So yeah, really good point there, Corbin. Like you said, the DXY has been flying up. Let's go check out $DXY here. I will say, guys, DXY, the dollar, has been on fire over the past few weeks and even over the past year. It's really been insane. I have some posts in Discord and stuff back from like September talking about how I was thinking that the dollar would keep going up, and it did keep going up actually quite a bit. Way more than I thought, actually. I was thinking we might get up to like 100 or something on the index, but yeah, we're all the way up to 105 now. I will say that longer term chart of the dollar is pretty insane. We were having some really good technical moves with DXY. And when I say good technical moves, guys, like this was perfectly spot on. Like we double bottomed down here, right on that trend line. We started bouncing right off of that key shoulder / support at like $92. It created a big inverse head and shoulders pattern. Then we were bounced again at like another shoulder line around like 95. So yeah, I had a pretty crazy move there. And Corbin says, look, it's higher than when COVID hit. Yeah, it is. It really is, actually. Yeah, that dollar went even higher, which is insane. And Corbin, I know a lot of it also has to do with the policies in place right now and a lot of stuff like that that affect the dollar. Obviously, like rising rates, of course, are affecting it. And just in general, I know this sounds a little bit weird, but it's kind of strange. Like whenever Trump took office, he wanted to devalue the dollar, and he talked about doing that I'm not saying that he was successful with it, but you can see that whenever he was in office here, the dollar was all over the place to slightly down. And, whenever Biden took office, the dollar starts shooting right back up. Now, I know that COVID and, the recovery and stuff is attributed to that too, but still, it's pretty crazy. Like, even like when Obama was president, it was flying up as well. So just pretty crazy to look at how the dollar moves. But I know that for some reason, Democrats like a higher dollar, at least as of late, which is a little bit strange compared to, Trump, for example, who wanted the dollar lower. And, maybe if you guys know anything, let me know in the chat, maybe as of why, Democrats like the dollar higher. I know that they say the dollar lower helps you with trade, so I don't know. I guess the dollar lower sounds better, but either way, when the dollar was lower, the market was doing a lot better. So hopefully it gets back down at least to some normal levels. I hate to see it running up to highs like this. Mike Chang says, "Can't you just block the scammers?" And yeah, I wish I could, Mike, but yeah, they just keep coming back with different accounts with different names. So kind of funny there, but yeah, we're on it. We're getting rid of them right as they hit. I know, like, I clicked ban like almost the second it came in the chat, which was pretty interesting, but it still says Hunter did it, which is cool. So maybe Hunter did it the second they came in too. So, but yeah, thank you for doing that, Hunter. Of course, that's always helpful. And yeah, Hunter's giving him the old ban hammer, guys. As we know, he's always wielding that hammer in the Discord chat and here, everywhere. Hunter's always using that hammer of his. Man, Hunter, maybe that's why your arms are so strong, man. You're always using that hammer. I mean, it's like it's buffing you up. Corbin says, "Look, it's higher than when COVID hit." That's right. That was about the dollar. I had already said that, but yeah, let me know what stocks you guys want to see today. I know we have all these scammers and stuff like that. It's all right. Just still let me know what stocks you guys are looking for. Looks like we see some stocks are popping up today. That SPY is definitely starting to come back up this morning as of right now. Let's see, like, what has some good momentum, like what's running, guys. Let me know what stocks are moving in a big way here. Looks like Asana is actually up 7.26% here, looking pretty good. It's having a bit of like a second leg to the upside and definitely doesn't look too bad. So yeah, as I'm watching Asana here, I'm hoping that it can keep running up all throughout the day today. It's going to be tough for these growth stocks to just, keep running up all day long. But, Asana's down quite a bit, and I think that we're due for a bit of a pop back. So hopefully we see some nice price action. Obviously, guys, once the FOMC event happens, then I think anything can happen. But as of right now, we are seeing some stocks really come back up. Like, look at Tesla. Good old Tessie is actually back up in the green. Looks like we're about to break out above 670, or I mean 680 here. Definitely watch that resistance, guys. That might be a pretty good resistance break. If you guys are day trading here, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'd be pretty tempted here to get some calls on Tesla. This looks like a bit of like a flag pattern here playing out. Hopefully we see that big breakout. Like I said, that resistance at 680 is going to be tough. So keep that in mind, guys. Don't just randomly buy calls on this. But I will say I'm loving this momentum with Tesla, and I definitely think it has some potential to keep running here. I will say the stocks that are down today on my watch list are just down ever so slightly. Like we have Gunstock Ruger just slightly in the red. SWBI is actually green though. We have CVX, Chevron slightly red, but it's starting to come back up a little bit. I noticed LI Auto was red. Looks like Pfizer is also down this morning. So there is some stocks in the red. But besides those, my watch list is mostly green, and usually green in a big way. I mean, like we talked about earlier, like Boeing was having one hell of a morning here. Roblox is doing great, so lots of stocks running. Roblox actually has some good momentum, and it looks like it wants to try to maybe break out above that pre-market high there. I will say Roblox had a crazy pre-market move here happen. I wonder what went on here. I'm going to check this out on the Thinkorswim news tab here. Oh, shit. Look at this, guys. Roblox warns the strong dollar hurt their bookings. That is no good. No good, guys. Yeah, that is not good to see here. Yeah, that is, wow. Yeah, they're saying that really hurt them with their bookings, believe it or not. So, yeah, that is not good to see. I cannot believe that hurt them. I will say, guys, the bookings on Roblox are a little bit hard to look at. A lot of people are like, well, how can something like Roblox have bookings? Because like when you think of bookings, you usually think of like, for example, like airlines, for example, having booked seats or booked tickets, or hotels having booked rooms. But like in Roblox, whenever they talk about bookings, they're kind of, I think, talking about like their monthly income expected per user. Like each user is expected to spend like $5 a user or whatever it is. I think that like comes down to it too. So, but yeah, if you guys are curious, that I think that's kind of what that is. But kind of crazy that even Roblox is saying this. Let's see, it says a strong dollar allows Americans to buy goods from other countries at lower prices, but it can also hurt U.S. manufacturers by making products more expensive for foreigners, and it means U.S. businesses receive fewer dollars for their exports. Yeah, I think that's the main thing there, and I think that's probably why Trump wanted the dollar lower, because whenever he was wanting the dollar lower, of course, it was right whenever we were going through all this trade stuff with China, and Trump said that China devalued their currency, and he said that the U.S. kind of needed to look at doing that too in order to keep up with them. So kind of crazy there, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out there. But it also says Microsoft and Salesforce recently cited the strong dollar in lowering financial guidance too. So that's pretty bad. Of course, I know we heard a lot about Microsoft, and I remember CRM was going insane with their earnings, but yeah, it looks like the dollar even is playing into into Roblox being hurt here. But nonetheless, Roblox has a lot of momentum at market open, which is good. So I'm glad to see that happen. What's crazy is that happened with their bookings, but they also came out with numbers saying that their daily active users rose 17% in May. So that's actually not too bad, believe it or not. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. It is year over year numbers. It's not like month over month, but still, I mean, that's still a pretty big rise. Their 17% in May is definitely not bad for a pop in active users. And whenever you look at active users, I will say that their active user numbers are insane, guys. Like here, they're not even showing them here on this chart, but I will look them up and get them here for you guys. The Roblox daily active users. So 2 hours ago, they announced that the May daily active users were at $50.4 million. Like, guys, that is an insane, or 50.4 million people were active in May on that game. So that's insane. Like 50 million people. I don't know how many people play like Call of Duty, for example, but I mean, I'd be hard pressed to think that it's something close to that at least. Like I don't know the exact numbers. Let me see. Call of Duty daily active users. Let's see. Activeplayer.io. Live player count and statistics. Yeah, this is hard to quantify here, guys, I guess, with it looks like, though, like what I'm seeing is like in a month, it looks like for example, this is 2021, so as of like August of 2021 at least, or in October of 2021, there was 9 million monthly active players on Call of Duty. So to put that in perspective, there was 50 million monthly active users here on Roblox. Like, guys, that's insane numbers, especially compared to other games. Not even believe that they're that high. I mean, yeah, that is a very big thing here with Roblox. Revenue is estimated to be between 194 million and 197 million, up 28 to 30% year over year. Wow, that is big. But I will say their average bookings per daily active user was down 23 to 24% year over year. So it looks like there is some mixed numbers there, but mostly those numbers to me sound pretty good. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, that is having a big move there. Let's see. Corbin says, looks like I keep answering that same question there. Believe it or not, I keep reading that same exact one. Peter says, Hunter, you doing all this in class? LOL. And Hunter goes, it's definitely the hammer that's making him ripped. Yeah, I know, right, Hunter? It's that hammer. It's definitely not all the hard work. Corbin goes, I want to swing some clubs. That sounds pretty good, honestly. If we could swing some nice clubs today, I'd be happy with that. Too bad we all don't live by each other. We could have like a little stocked up golf day, maybe on Saturday or Friday or something like that. But yeah, that is awesome there. Sean says, "How do you like Palantir plus $8?" Let's see, good old PLTR today. Yeah, Palantir. Yeah, it is. It's holding up above 8, bouncing off of it pretty well. I kind of like this setup, believe it or not, Sean. I think it looks pretty nice. It's starting to pop back to the upside, and I like that $8 support. So personally, I like it. I think it's looking pretty hot. Hunter says he is banning these guys in class, which is funny. So yeah, that's nice, Hunter. Thank you for doing that. But yeah, good luck in your class today. Hopefully it goes smooth. Uh, when you say you're in class, Hunter, are you like in class in person, or are you like in class on like a Zoom thing, or what? Like, let me know, because I don't know. I remember in my college, it was always tough to be in person and watch things like this. But yeah, hopefully you're just on a Zoom call. That would be a little bit better. J Deep says Roku's moving big. Let's see, good old Roku. Let's see. Yeah, they are starting to pop up. Do you remember J Deep? There was some, I guess you could say, some rumors a couple weeks ago with Roku where they were actually rumored to be bought out by Netflix. Netflix is said to be trying to do a deal with them, so we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, at least there was that rumor a couple weeks ago with them and Netflix. Like I said though, just rumors, nothing for sure yet. At least I don't think. But yeah, definitely keep that in mind there. And then Corbin says Netflix. So yeah, that's funny. I just talked about Netflix and Roku having a deal, but yeah, Netflix has some really good momentum here, Corbin, actually. And the way that they're breaking out is pretty hot. That actually looks like a pretty good flag setup. Yeah, the way that they're breaking out is big. So thanks for pointing that one out, Corbin. It looks pretty hot. Hunter says, nah, summer semester's online on Zoom. I have 5 classes. Okay, good. Yeah, that would suck to have to be in summer and go in person. That would be insane. Sean goes, I'm nominating Hunter for Stocked Up Employee of the Month. Yeah, let's give it to him, Sean. We'll give it to him this month. That's for sure. That would that's funny. Yeah. We'll have to me and Mike will have to have a me, Mike, and Hunter will vote on that, Sean. We'll vote to see who gets it. That'll be a good one, but I'll vote for Hunter, so that that'll be funny. We'll have to make him a little plaque later on, Sean. Maybe I'll do that like later on in my free time tonight or something. But yeah, that's gonna be funny. Mike Chang says, I'm waiting for stocked up merch. Yeah, I know, Mike, right? We actually have the merch and everything. It's pretty much worked out. Like we have some shirts made, a couple different ones and stuff like that. And yeah, Mike, the merch is actually really, really nice. I love my stocked up shirts. It's just, we still have to get them out there and stuff like that. Obviously, COVID, it was the market was doing very, very well. YouTube was exploding and stuff like that. But right now, obviously the market's been falling down a little bit, and yeah, it's gonna probably take until we get another good uptrend. But yeah, that's definitely coming though, Mike, for sure. So keep that in the back of your mind. That will happen eventually. So yeah, just keep that there. Jerry says, yeah, he agrees with Roblox. Yeah, Roblox is insane. I cannot believe how big that company is. He says, my nephews and nieces are 3 and under 10 years old, and they're crack addicts to Roblox. RBLX. That's pretty insane. I didn't know a lot of kids played it that much, but yeah, that's insane, Jerry. I know I actually got on it a little while ago just to see like what was gonna happen with it. Let me see maybe here really quick. What's going on here, because I think I might be able to do some Roblox here for you guys maybe. Let's see. I don't know exactly like what this stuff is though. See, like the thing is they have like on this Roblox stuff, they have like all this crazy stuff here. Like I don't know if you guys have ever been on Roblox or not, but I got on it just to kind of like try it out because it was, I'm sitting here and I'm like, like what's happening? Like it just seemed like a pretty crazy game. So I wanted to check it out just to see what it was. Here, I'll try to pull it up here for you guys so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Well, maybe we can go to like Nike Land. Let's see. Yeah, here we'll go We'll go to Nike Land, I guess, on good old Roblox here. This is funny, guys. Do I still have it? Oh, I do. I still actually have it on my computer, which is funny. This is, you guys are gonna laugh at this, I'll tell you. Let's see. Yeah, Sean's laughing. Employee of the month, that's right. He's also saying Coinbase. Let's see. Oh, wow, yeah, Coinbase is coming back today. That's a pretty good pop back to the upside. Let's go see good old... Hang on, guys. I want to make sure this desktop audio there ain't too loud. Let's go ahead and make sure that good old Bitcoin here is how they're moving today. BTC USD. Let's see. Oh, unfortunately, Bitcoin's still down around lows, though. Bitcoin's not really coming back too much. It looks like it is starting to consolidate, though. Like, we're getting some nice Doge candles on Bitcoin. So that is a bit of a plus there, but... Wow, guys. I will say I'm going to be a little bit scared here. Here we go. We got good old Roblox here. Guys, so if you guys have never seen Roblox, this is what Roblox is. Right here. This is like the little Roblox world here. I guess I'm on like the Nike Land track or something. I don't know what this is, guys. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't ever play this game. I literally downloaded it just to show you guys. I had to like re-download the updates for it or something, but like what the... I guess I see like why like little kids would like it or something, but like look at this. Like what is this? Like I don't know. I'm getting off though, guys. It's scaring me. That game's giving me nightmares, guys. I don't know how kids play that. Some of that stuff on there looks scary, but yeah, nonetheless though, guys, that just gives you a bit of an insight into Roblox. And we were actually into Nike Land on that, which is pretty funny. So Nike, of course, had a little bit of a deal going on with Roblox. We've seen other companies do some deals with them too. But yeah, I just figured I'd hop on there real quick and see what was happening with them. But yeah, good call out there. Roblox just keeps going. Yeah, like Sean said, though, Coinbase is definitely having a good morning so far today. Raymond says, what about TSM, Taiwan Semiconductors? Thanks for talking about this one, Raymond. It's been a long time since I've heard anyone talk about TSM, so thanks for bringing this one up. TSM is actually having a bit of a double bottom down there, right around like $85 even, and starting to pop back up over the past couple days. So, yeah, I'm glad you brought this one up here, Raymond. I'm really happy about that, and, you know, TSM is looking pretty hot. And, guys, don't forget to smash that like button, of course. As you can see on the screen here, we have a lot of cool stuff going around here on the screen. We have money going around. We have that Federal Reserve screen at the bottom for Powell today. So don't forget to smash that like button, of course. That definitely helps out the streams and me, of course. And of course, it just makes me happy in general. Hunter goes, I'm gonna put the what's it called again? I'm gonna put the Employee of the Month award above my bed. Yeah, Hunter, that's gonna be a pretty good one there with your Employee of the Month award. That's pretty that's funny. I have to show you guys something. This is gonna be a pretty funny thing here. Hunter, you're gonna have to make a wall here. Look at this stuff, guys. Hunter's gonna have to make the good old SpongeBob wall here. Look at all those Employee of the Months. I don't know if you guys have seen SpongeBob or not. I know not everybody grew up here in the early 2000s, but yeah, you can see he had his Employee of the Month wall. That's funny, Hunter. You're gonna have to do something like that. That would be a funny thing. One for every month of the year. We'll say that. Yeah, that is funny. Mike says it's Roblox is genius. It's a platform for gaming like YouTube for video games. Yeah, exactly, Mike. It is genius the way that they make it. They have a whole bunch of stuff going on there. And the cool thing that Roblox does is that they have a lot of, like you said, lots of different games, lots of different stuff like that going on within there. And it makes it so that you can create your own world. Like, for example, if you play Grand Theft Auto at all, as you know, there's a lot of different Grand Theft Auto servers. There's hide and seek servers. There's role-playing servers. There's gambling servers. There's racing servers. You know, there's all types of stuff. The same thing is like Roblox. You know, you can join in, you might play chess on there. You might be racing cars. You might play basketball in Nike Land, play soccer. You might play Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever those things are. You know, like there's tons of stuff. They might have a game like a Hunger Games mod. You know, like if, for anyone who's into the movie The Hunger Games, they have stuff like that on there even. So there's lots of cool stuff like that, guys, that they do on those games. What I will say Roblox reminds me exactly of, if you guys have never seen it, is Gary's Mod. If you guys have ever heard of the game Gary's Mod, Roblox is just like that, except like a little kid's version, which makes it really, really cool. So yeah, like Mike says, his two kids are addicted to it. Peter says, ooh, bright colors. Yeah, it was a pretty funny game there, but yeah, thank you guys so much for joining up today, of course. Powell is going to go live later on today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So keep that in mind. 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time or 1:30 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, we have that interest rate decision at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So 2 p.m. will kick us off today if we're going by Eastern Time. So throw it on your calendars later today, guys. I know everybody else is already looking at that. And, you know, the markets have been all over the place heading into this event. You know, the SPY, I kind of expected the SPY to go flat today. So we came up close to 380. Now we're starting to dip back down. I don't really expect the market to go flying up above 380 or anything like that. I think that we'll just stay between like 375 and 380 until the event happens later. Then I think we might start to go crazy. But yeah, I don't think that we're going to necessarily, you know, explode or crash or anything like that, at least yet. But later on today, I think that can definitely be a bit of a possibility. But yeah, let me know what stocks have momentum right now, guys. I'm definitely looking for some stocks that are running up at this very second. I'm always looking for some nice momentum breakout plays, stuff like that. I know we were talking about Netflix. Yeah, they're starting to turn over a little bit, unfortunately. Boeing is slowing down. Looks like some of those airlines are starting to slow down a little bit too. What about Rivian? That could be maybe a good one here. Let's see. Rivian's up to 28.50. Yeah, it's trying to hold its ground. It just definitely does not look the best right now, but yeah, it's holding its ground a little bit. We have Peloton here up to around $10 a share. Yeah, that's actually not too bad either. Yeah, that looks pretty hot right there. Let's see what else we got moving today. What about Disney, guys? Is Disney popping? I mean, they're trying to pop, but they're just not really moving all that quick here. What about AMD and Nvidia? Those stocks have been crucial over the past few days, and looks like they're actually falling back off a little bit. We have Nvidia up 2%, but we have AMD only up 1%. And you can see there's like a lot of red candles this morning. So the price action is not my favorite here. And yeah, of course, I'd hate to see that with good old AMD. Never want to see those stocks falling off or falling down like that, of course. That's never a good thing to see. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. I will say my free day trade in Discord today, guys, is Ford. And the resistance I have on Ford here is right around 1240. You know, if Ford can maybe start to break out about 1240, then I think that we could maybe have a pretty good breakout play to the upside today, guys. But, you know, it's going to be a pretty tough one. The market, obviously, is very flat. Powell speaks at 2:30 p.m., of course. Today's that big FOMC day, so it's going to be tough for these stocks to break out. But I will say Ford is setting up in a pretty good way. If we do see that pop up above this red line here, and we break above 1240, I feel like that we could start to see a pretty good move. And Ford's actually touching like 1240 like as we speak. So pretty cool movement. I think we can maybe break out. So throw this one on the watch list, guys. Hopefully it has a nice breakout and a good move up for us, and maybe we can catch a pretty good day trade. But other than Ford right here, I'm not seeing too many other stocks having a lot of momentum right now. A lot of them seem like they were having a lot of momentum like early on today, but now it kind of started to slow back down just a little bit. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Like I said, some stocks are coming down. We have like Boeing, you know, slowing down a little bit. Let's see that 1 minute chart. Maybe actually over the past 2 minutes, Boeing is starting to pop back up a little bit, but I know a lot of those plays today were starting to get some red coming in. Like even AMD had a little bit of red to it. Yeah, like look at this. Look at the chop today on AMD. That's That's a lot of chop there, believe it or not. Let me talk about chop, right? I want to see some good chop. No, I was just joking, guys. I was gonna go to YouTube and see something really quick, but I decided against it. Let's see. Keisha says Target is still running today. Let's see. Target TGT. Wow, it is actually. That's a pretty big pop actually out of Target. I know a lot of growth stocks were up today, but yeah, Target is running. So thanks for that one, Keisha. It is having some great moves there. Chewy is also running, says George, and yeah, it is starting to run up too. So glad to see Chewy running up here with the momentum, up 6.8%. Hopefully it keeps running up today because it's looking actually like it's having a pretty good intraday move here. I'll definitely take that compared to what we've been seeing a lot over the past couple months. So yeah, thanks for calling those two ones out, Keisha and George. Those are some big helps there. I really like that move with Target personally. I think that one looks pretty hot today. Walmart is not looking near as good. Neither is Costco. Costco's setup is okay actually, but Walmart's setup was looking pretty rough. But yeah, nonetheless, those retail stocks are doing a little bit better than I thought they'd be doing. I know I just talked about Ford, and I wanted to bring it up again because, guys, it looks like it got rejected, unfortunately. You know, we ran up to like 1242 and got that little bit of rejection here. We'll have to see if it can maybe start to run back up above 1240 again, because if we do end up getting rejected, it's going to be a pretty tough play. Keep in mind the market is all over the place, and if we see the SPY start to dip back down ever so slightly, it's probably going to drag down Ford and a lot of other stocks with it, so that's going to be a little bit of a concern. Brian says Meta is down. Yeah, thanks for joining today, Brian. I appreciate you being here in the live stream. Let's check them out. Ooh, yeah, they are down today, actually. Ooh, yeah, that is not good here. That's too bad because they started to really run up there for a second. They broke out momentarily and then started really giving those gains back. Yeah, that is not a good move there. But yeah, it looks like Meta is definitely starting to fall off to the downside there, which is unfortunate. Jamie says Ford had 2.9 million recalls this morning with a frowny face. Yeah, that's definitely no good there, Jamie. I hate to see that, actually. That is not good. Keisha says, is that a cup and handle on F? You know, it kind of looks like one, doesn't it? It kind of, you know, you kind of got like a handle here. You got the cup starting to form. Yeah, I would say it is a cup and handles, Keisha. If we could start to break that cup line here at 1240, I think we could start to maybe break back out to the upside in a big way. But yeah, just watch for that rejection at 1240. It does kind of look like a bit of a cup and handles, Keisha, but I will say the movement is a little bit skewed with it. But I will say I like that resistance at 1240. That'll be big. If we break 1240, guys, I think we could have a pretty safe pop up to around 1250 or 1260. I think 1260 could be a pretty good target, possibly even 1280. But yeah, just wait for that breakout, of course. It might take until the FOMC meeting happens, which sucks for that. But like Jamie said, Ford had 2.9 million recalls this morning. I didn't even see that news. Let's go check that out. Let's see. Ford to recall. Oh, I heard this yesterday, actually, about the Mustangs, but I didn't know that they recalled 2.9 million vehicles. Let's see. Oh, no. My girlfriend drives this car. That's not good. Let's see. Ford recalled 2.9 million vehicles over a faulty gear system. Whoa, that's probably why my girlfriend's transmission sucks so bad. The fault reportedly prevents the driver from shifting the vehicle into the desired gear. The car maker has recalled certain 2013 to 2019 Escapes, 2013 to 2018 C-Maxes, 2013 to 2016 Fusions. Man, she drives a 2016 Fusion. Of course, she just had to get that car. 2013 to 2021 Transit Connect, 2015 to 2018 Ford Edge vehicles, according to the report. So yeah, that's not good there. Looks like there's gonna be some recalls going on. Maybe I should have her take her car up to the Ford dealership and have them. Maybe I should have her take it there and have them see if they can do that recall. That is definitely not good here. But yeah, I cannot believe they're recalling the one car that we have, of course. You know, 2016 Fusion. I will say I don't know if you guys like Ford Fusions at all, or I know some people like Ford, some people like Chevy, blah blah blah. You know, I know everyone's always fighting about that, but the crazy thing is I like everything, of course. You know, I like Corvette, I like Mustangs, I like uh Challengers, Chargers. You know, I like everything as long as it's cool and fast. So I like them all, but yeah, I will say those Ford Fusions are pretty nice. Like her Ford Fusion's a lot nicer than a lot of the other American sedans I was looking at. At least the interior and everything like that. Now keep in mind it was the one, you know, it's got like the sunroof and the screen and all that stuff. So keep that in mind. But I will say it was a pretty nice car. The only issue is I will say I'm really glad we have a warranty on that car because I will say her Ford Fusion, that motor exploded and the engine actually cracked. The block cracked, believe it or not. So they had to do a full engine swap on that. They had to take all the pistons out and put them into a new block and, you know, hook up the oil and everything. And, you know, it was definitely a crazy thing. Corbin says, stick with Honda and Toyota for your daily driver. Yeah, you know, I really like Toyotas, Corbin. I really love those Toyota 4Runners. I think that'll be probably her next car is probably going to be a Toyota 4Runner because she's kind of fallen in love with them too. I will say, Corbin, I just don't like the foreign cars. I will say I don't care if it's a Toyota, Honda, anything like that. You know, I'm just not too big into those cars. But I will say I like Toyota. I think that one's I could do with one of those. I will say I like the quicker cars, Corbin. I like that Honda Civic Type R, which is cool. As far as Toyota goes, I love the Tundra, the trucks. Just like the Camrys and stuff are just, But I will say I don't mind them though. Like for daily driving, like I said, that Ford Fusion, the block cracked and exploded. I'm sure if I was using a Honda Accord or a Toyota, you know, Camry or something, I'm sure that the engine might have ended up being fine, or we just got unlucky. But nonetheless, yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Corbin. Those cars do very well for you know, daily driving, which is interesting. I really want to get one of those Toyota trucks though. I love those. Corbin says, "Get a new Corvette." LOL. They look sick. Corbin, if inflation wasn't so high right now, I would definitely get a new Corvette. But here, like, let's go see. Let's go look up a new Corvette here. We'll go used 2021 Corvette for sale. Let's see. Let's check this out. Used 2021 Corvette. There we go. 95K. 2020 Corvette. $89,000. Like what, guys? Like that's insane. Yeah, like let's see the Carfax. Yeah, like look at this, guys. Like 91 grand for the LT1, 99 grand for the LT2. Oh, I think I'll stick with my Mustang, guys. I think I'll stick with that. Jamie says Toyota Supra, vroom. Jamie, that Toyota Supra is not even a Supra anymore. That's a BMW. Didn't you know that? No, I'm just joking. That's a pretty funny thing. Bick says, "Hi, Tom. Will you be live around 2 p.m. whenever Powell speaks?" You know, Bick, I'm not sure yet. I'm still contemplating on it. I might be live around 2 p.m. I might not. Probably not, given everything going on. But I will say, Bick, I will be in Discord for sure. And we'll definitely be talking it up a lot whenever Powell starts talking, so I'll definitely be doing that. Peter goes, "The Z06 is cheap now." Yeah, I wish. It's like, what? I'm sure, like, I think the MSRP price on it's what, like 70 grand or 80 grand, Peter, or like 100,000, but I think the dealers are like marking it up to like 120K, 130K. Crazy prices now, but I will say, Peter, I love those Corvettes, those new Corvettes. Man, if for example, if I was dumb with my money, I would definitely go buy one, but I'm trying to be a little bit smarter with my money, so there's no way I'm gonna go out and get a car payment like that. You know, that is gonna be insane. But yeah, Bick says thank you. Yeah, no problem, Bick. Yeah, like I said yesterday I said if we'd hit 20 likes, I'd be live, and we got to like 18, unfortunately. We just missed out on it. But yeah, I will definitely be live though I will be talking in Discord. Not that I'll be live in Discord, but yeah, I will definitely be in the Discord later whenever Powell starts talking and everything like that. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Probably going to end the stream here pretty soon. If you guys want anything else covered, let me know in the chat and we will definitely start to look at that. Like I said here though, Ford did not break out. It's been slowly pulling back here today. Not seeing any too good of movement there. Peter says, yeah, those new Corvettes look like a Ferrari for real, like a 488 Pista. Yeah, I agree, Peter. Those things definitely, they have that type of like Ferrari slash like Lamborghini style to them. Yeah, I love them, Peter. I think they look awesome. And for the price, I think that it's a great price for what you're getting with that Corvette. I really wish I could have one. So, like I said, if I wanted to be dumb and run out and get a $2,000 car payment or whatever it is, I don't know how much it is, but then I would. But at that point, if you're going to pay that much, you almost might as well just get like a Lambo or something at that point. Like here, let's go see. Used Lamborghini Gallardo. We'll go look at like a used Gallardo. We'll see what we can see here. Car Gurus. Used Lamborghini Gallardo. See, like, look, like, I would almost rather have one of these. Like, I'm not saying that the Corvette isn't good or anything, but, like, look at this. Like, this is not that bad. Like, let's see how much 2004 Gallardo specs. Like, I want to see how much horsepower this stuff has. It's got 493 horsepower, so it's not going to have as much horsepower as like the Corvette Z06, or the new Corvette Z06, I should say. But still, that is a lot of horsepower for something like a 2004 Lamborghini, and that's definitely a pretty cool looking car there. I would be pretty happy with one of these guys, and I think that looks pretty cool too. Not quite as cool as the Corvette. I think the Corvette actually looks a little bit cooler, but I'm just showing you because that's kind of like the same price point there. So, if you were going to get the Corvette, you could end up getting that Lamborghini if you wanted. But nonetheless, yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for joining up today. I feel like we had a pretty fun live stream. We went over a lot of different economic data points, a lot of different stocks. We got on Roblox. We looked at some cars, did everything like that. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys joining up today, of course. As always, have a great rest of your day. Thank you for joining Bick, Peter, Jamie, Corbin, Keisha, Jerry, Kenya, Sean, Hunter, Not the Scammer, George, Vicky, E, Bill W, Bick, let's see, J Deep, who am I forgetting here? Brian, thanks for joining up today too. Always good to see some new faces in here, but yeah, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys can bring in some nice profits here for us. If you guys are interested, definitely join that Discord. The link will be in the description down below. Just join up. Go ahead and get in there. Join the discussion chat. We'll be talking a lot later whenever Powell is speaking. So keep in mind, we will be doing that, guys. But have a great rest of your day, and hopefully you guys bring in those profits.